Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It's me and my sleepy face this morning, although it's 11 a.m. so don't know why I'm that sleepy, but anyway. Um, my talk is not really a talk today. It's more about like a support or encouragement. Um, I don't know what you're going through, and if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're struggling somehow. And I really hope my words can reach you and make you feel better. Um, I know that a lot of you have maybe lost hope and don't really know what to do with their situations. And when we are stuck, it's so difficult to think of outside the box or to think of how you can help yourself. And first of all, the thing to remember is that that's what a friend of mine told me many years ago, is that it's okay not to feel okay. You might be okay one day and not okay another day, but please try to remember that. Again, another quote is like the bad news is that nothing lasts forever, but the good news is nothing lasts forever, right? So I'm giving you some time to think about it. It's one of those quotes where you're like, what is that about? um, yeah, you have to take your time and don't be so hard with yourself. We when I was trying to get better, I was so hard with myself because someday I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm so much better, and then I will be crashing completely. One of my friends told me that I was like on a helicopter mood, right? I was lifted and then I was literally dropped and like completely crashed. And what made me really sad is like I was sad because I wasn't getting better, because I was again crying, because I was again trying to to fix things that were not working. And I think sometimes, what makes everything so hard is that we have such a high expectations for ourselves, but we're just trying to do our best. Think again, as I always say, if you are honest, if you're working hard, it's not like a really smooth process. You're gonna have really ups and downs, but the most important is that if you're unwell, you just have to go through it. And some days when I was really depressed, I was, sleeping a lot, and I would fall asleep, maybe at 8 p.m. and woke up at 11, and then I'll go to the kitchen and I will see my housemate, and they'll be like, "Are you all right?" And I'll be, "Well, I just fell asleep. I feel so tired. Maybe I'm depressed. I'm not sure." And they told me that it was okay. Maybe I just needed a lot of rest, and maybe that's what you need if you feel this way. But listen to me. If you're unwell, if you've really lost hope, please remember that it takes time to get better. And I know you cannot see, but there are so many beautiful things in life, so many things worth experiencing. um, I know you've probably lost hope and you just can't see any possibilities, but sometimes there is this little tiny effort, that tiny thing we can do, whatever it is for you, that can get you out of this sort of darkness. Maybe you feel you don't have any life purpose. Um, you know, some people feel they don't know why they are on this earth, and it's so hard, to first to have these kind of questions, because we cannot, it's so hard to find the answer, because maybe there's no answer, nobody has an answer for that. But I think if you can try, and I know it's difficult, but put yourself in the present moment, and look around, just be an observer rather than a thinker on the moment. Because detaching yourself from your thoughts will somehow help you ground yourself. So maybe if you're not feeling well, you need to find things around you that will ground you. But sometimes when we're not well, it's again like this really giant, big thing around us, that we are so overwhelmed with. right, that makes us anxious. Maybe we wake up in the morning and it's a really big wave of emotion, like, whoa, I'm not feeling well. It's like, I'm so sad or I'm depressed. I know why, I don't know why. Doesn't matter. It's huge, right? So when we look at our when we are not well, we look at it and it seems really massive and that we cannot resolve it. But why don't you try to look at this whole thing and try to separate it, cut it into different things. Try to do a sort of a analysis of your situation. Whether we feel sad, angry, or bitter about things or depressed, it's rarely just one tiny little thing. Sometimes it's accumulation of things. And rather than looking for who is the cause, what is the cause, right? Maybe the way we live things is not necessarily the way we should maybe be living them. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes there's a lot of events and accumulation of things since we are very young that we keep on taking on ourselves. Like it accumulates inside us. But if you look at it, maybe the real reason why you feel unwell or you feel depressed, that may be very different from what you think. So I encourage you to try to trace it down. Of course, if it makes you feel like more stressed, don't do that. But even when we feel angry, I used to feel pretty angry and upset, like in the past. And now I realize it's because I wasn't happy with my life, not because of people, but because of my own choices. For example, the last couple of years, right, I was in a place where maybe I didn't really want to be. Maybe I wanted more adventure, I wanted to be outside, and unfortunately it made me like really upset to kind of feel stuck. And I put it on myself, I've put it on people, I've put it on my friends, or I became like a really bitter person, when actually when I look back I understood it's because first I didn't love myself, and then because I thought things around me had to be perfect for me to be happy, when my happiness really lied within myself. And then I the last few months I started to look at my projects. I started to accept myself more, and be less hard with myself. And so I had to really dig within myself to know what was really making me feel unhappy. And you know what? People are not always the reason why you are unhappy. Sometimes we make ourselves unhappy. Or sometimes it comes from, childhood experiences. I've seen around me many people affected a lot by things that happen in their childhood that they carry over time, and then they end up feeling depressed or with a lack of life purpose. So it's of course it doesn't always result in that, but sometimes there's a lot of accumulation that like just accumulate, and then it blows up. And sometimes it blows up in a very obvious way, and sometimes it's within ourselves that everything collapses. So I would say take it step by step and try to trace it, right? If you look at it like as one thing, it's going to be really overwhelming. But please don't lose hope. I'm saying that because I know like a lot of people feel very depressed and feel without a lack of life purpose. And it's hard to see the beauty of the world when we are so depressed inside. Sometimes we may not want to go out, we don't want to face the world, we have no energy. I'm telling you this again because sometimes over the last few months I had no energy. I was lying in bed, I was crying until I was so exhausted, and then I would sleep any time of the day. I just, I was isolating myself. But sometimes, we need that. We need to crash, to go deep down. And then it's like, we're really, really down at the bottom. And then we can go up again. It takes a lot of mental strength. Staying in this kind of feeling of like, oh, we're depressed. It's okay, but of course it takes a lot of mental strength to get out of it or to make any effort. It's so difficult. But what I really encourage you to do as well is, first of all, to speak to the right people. Not everybody can understand this feeling. And to speak to a professional. The reason why I'm saying that is because by speaking to a professional, you get a very first of all, a professional opinion. You get some guidance. You get some proven techniques, and you will break that cycle. You might not notice, but your feelings might be affecting other people. It might affect your family, your friends, your partner, your children maybe, and the last thing you want is to reproduce some sort of cycle. Our feelings, our emotion, our state sometimes affect other people. Who affects other people? So please, I'm really asking you just to take care of yourself. It's important for yourself and to another extent to other people. But please don't lose hope, okay? And I know it's maybe like a call like this, but if anybody need to reach out, I'm available for chatting, for a call, wherever you are, whoever you are. I'm very open-minded, and I don't have all the resources to help people. I'm not God. I'm just a person, but I have been through hell myself. And so if I can help anybody, I'm happy to help. So today, when you wake up, if you're watching this video, treat yourself with a nice breakfast. Go take a shower. I know a lot of people like get stuck and don't take a shower for a day and they're lazy in bed, but go take a shower, put something nice, go to your favorite cafe, listen to your favorite music, send a message to a friend that you haven't spoken, in a long time. Take the step to download one book, one self-help book, or something you like to read. Have a look at a quote. And then have this day where you don't think. Tomorrow you can think again, trace back, try to look at what happened in your past, and try to see the real reason why you feel the way you feel, and find that little light in the dark, that little word. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers on YouTube. I really recommend Les Brown. I'm not sure I say his name properly, but Les Brown is a really great motivational speaker. That guy, when I go to the park and I listen to that guy, I get a boost of energy, a boost of motivation. I'm hungry, hungry for more, hungry for, healing, and I feel inside me something super, super strong. So, if you do that, I did that a lot. And at some point it really got into my head. So that what gave me a little bit of energy. Okay, so it's a 13-minute video. I'm not gonna say it's a short video, it's a long video, but I hope that it helped people out there. So I hope you have a good day wherever you are, and I'm sure I will again speak to you later. Okay, have a good day.